Hey, today this video is about the best 4K camera, the Panasonic Lumix Gh5. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Danny Keith with Danny Keith Film, father, filmmaker, and creator. And here today we're going to talk about the best 4K camera, the Panasonic Lumix Gh5. So this is just my personal opinion, simply because I'm shooting on the Gh5 right now. This is the 1080, 8 bits, 24 frames per second, but this is the Lumix Gh5 that I'm actually shooting on, and I use this quite often. So it is a DSLR. I'm gonna just talk about why I chose the Lumix Gh5 over some of the competitors, maybe Sony, even Canon. I have Canon lenses, but I still went with the Lumix Gh5, and this is why. Let me just be blatant. Let me just tell you, okay? I chose, and I believe the Gh5 is the best 4K DSLR camera on the market still till today because of these reasons. One, 60 frames per second. I needed 4K at 60 frames per second. I wasn't going to go without it. I needed 4K at 60 frames per second. You got a lot of people got 1080. A lot of people got 1080, 60 frames, but this one has it for 4K, okay? A lot of cameras will shoot 4K at 24 frames per second. This one shoots it at 24 and 60. That's the #1 reason why I got it. These are some bonus incentives that I've found out since having it. One is gonna be with the Metabone speed adapter, I dropped my f-stop a whole notch, which is incredible. So a lot of my lenses are 2.8 lenses. So the aperture is 2.8, which is really fast lens. But even with the Metabone speed booster, it is a little pricey, but it drops it to another f-stop. So it gives me another f-stop, which is incredible. Another thing I love about it is the dual memory cards. The dual memory cards is phenomenal. So like for today, when I just leave it running and running and running, once one memory card fills up, the next memory card will continue to. Actually, it just happened right now. My memory card flipped. When one memory card, it smoothly transitions without missing a beat to the next memory card. And you actually, on this camera, you can pull out the memory card that's not recording on, and then replace it while the camera's running, which another benefit that I just love this camera, okay? One of my favorite features about this camera is it is cropped, so it's 4/3, and you actually has a telezoom on your camera. So when I use, let's say, a lens with, I don't know, I'll use this lens for example. It's a 35mm lens, 18 to 35. So on the 35, with the crop sensor, I can telezoom in, stand exactly where I'm at, and the frame punches in as if I moved, as if it's zoomed in. But I love this feature because for me, I know a lot of times I use this feature to get details. I use this feature, to pop in and out. But this feature is one of those that the technology is in the camera and you don't really know how much you actually use it until you do. Another reason that I personally love the Gh5, and this might be because I'm a vlogger, but I love the window because it pops out. I hate on the Sony, it like lifts a little bit and it like, kind of lowers, but it doesn't pop out. So it actually has the window that moves all the way out. I don't know the technical term, I'm gonna look it up. Flip screen that actually pulls all the way out. So as right now, as I'm looking into the actual camera instead of the monitor, the camera I can see because it flips all the way out. You can flip it this way, that way. I love it because I started out with a Canon. Oh, actually, I'm gonna show you guys. So I started out with a Canon camera that would flip out. You could rotate it this way. If you're holding it this way, you can still see yourself. Or, maybe you have a certain angle of a shot where you have to have it down so you can see, but still, whatever it is, this viewfinder, this pull out flip screen is so critical. So although this is a Canon, the Gh5 that I'm shooting on has the flip out screen. So real quick, those are the reasons why I love the Gh5, of why the Gh5 is the best 4K camera for me. I've had the Gh5 for probably about a year or two now, I would say maybe. This camera has been the best investment that I've ever made. Honestly, I bought it without knowing all the things that we're going to add to it, so that might be a con to it, which is basically I use Canon lenses, so I had to get the Metabone speed booster. But that's a pro for me today because I use it so much for that extra f-stop. Nonetheless, 60 frames per second, pull out screen, flip screen, dual memory cards. This camera is one for the books, and I'm a huge fan. If you like this video, give us a like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're aware of all the newest videos that we drop. And once again, I'm Dana Keith. Peace and love.